His effort to forge bipartisan consensus, President Trump called, and he said each of you should give him 3 minutes of advice in preparation for his meeting with Xi Jinping next Thursday and Friday. So each of you have 3 minutes in total to give the advice to President Trump about his meeting with Xi Jinping, hopefully on economic matters, but if you want to go beyond that, please feel free. Mike.
I can do that in one sentence. I think you should tell them, I have since studied and learned that the bilateral trade balance between two countries is not the critical issue.
That multilateral matters, right? Bob?
Well, there are a lot of things I would say to President Trump on a lot of issues, but you've asked me about
But this
this.
is just China.
Yeah.
I know today's discussion.
I understand
A
that.
lot of other things too, I only picked one.
Yeah. Very briefly, I think I would say to the President that he ought to say, President Xi, that I would like to know from you what your most significant problems are with respect to us and our behavior and what we're doing, so we can try to work on those with you. And I'd like you to know what our most significant problems are with respect to you, and I would like you to give us people to engage with, to try to work on those problems, including very much the one you mentioned, Steve, which is the impediments that they have to trade between the United States and China going in the direction of their trade. And the second thing I would say to them is, I think it is really important for those two leaders to recognize that these hugely significant transnational issues are going to have the potential for enormously affecting both of our countries, and there are no effective international institutions anymore, at least in my opinion. And therefore, our best hope is for our two countries to work together on them, and it's in our self-interest to do it.
Tim?
I don't really believe in giving public advice to our successors. I remember I always would go into my
Steve Orleans is called.
Exactly. I had this experience over and over again. Right? I come into some new job at the Federal Treasury, and I expect to be able to open the drawer of that desk and see an envelope with wisdom about what I should think about, what I should do, and it was never there. I always thought, well, maybe I'd write one. But then then of course, as you try to do it, you sort of have this. I think you have this sort of useful cautionary voice in your head, which is that they're gonna face different challenges than you did. You don't stand in their shoes. But I would say one thing which is slightly different from your question. I think it's really important for Americans to understand that really almost everything that matters to the fortunes of America, the economic fortunes of our country, how we do in this complicated world, are things about us, not about other countries do to us, not exacerbated by the strengths of other countries or the things they do. They're really all about us. And the most important thing we can do is try to figure out some way as a country to rediscover the capacity to govern and to put in place the set of policies that will make us stronger, help us navigate through this difficult, complicated world. And just like it's not realistic or fair to look to others as the source of these challenges, it's important to recognize that most of those solutions lie within our capacity. And there's not infinite capital in these positions, political capital, and I'd spend them on trying to heal what's broken here.
I'm kind of with Tim in terms of the advice, especially 2 months out. But I would say this. When I look at the issues between the U.S. and China over the immediate period of time, to me, the DPRK rises way to the top in terms of immediacy. And figuring out how to find our common interests to work effectively on that is something, it's not just a bilateral issue, it's a transnational issue, and it is of enormous importance. And I think in general, the conversation between our two countries has to be about where can we find areas that we work together and how do we handle the things that we disagree on through channels that are not destructive. And that would be kind of the frame how I would think about it, but I'll leave the advice to others.
what do you do about climate change? You know, we've seen regulations President Obama called it really the bright shining moment in U.S.-China cooperation. And now we're pretty much withdrawing. How do you explain that to somebody, a country makes a deal, not a president? And how do you kind of, how do you tell Trump to explain that, actually?
I, for one, don't think China entered into these agreements to please us. They did it for their own national interests. I'm not sure that it hurts China for them to become a world leader on climate change. So I don't know that there'll be that much explaining.